Let's go, it's the Whitey Show. Whitey Show. Whitey Show. Whitey Show. Whitey Show. Attack on Titan, the movie Part 1. No clue why they broke this up into two parts. Oh, because every other movie's doing it nowadays. Duh. Really has very little to do with the manga or the anime. If you haven't watched the manga or anime, you can watch this. Because guess what? It is nothing like those. It really isn't. I mean, yes, the idea of the movie is the same. These gigantic, scary as hell looking Titan monsters are eating people and destroying them. That stays the same. But the characters are vastly different. I'll get into the negatives in a second. Let's talk about the movie. So, the plot takes place that, like I said, these humanoid creature titans are destroying the world, eating people. The setting is like the steampunk type of world where we're barely surviving to keep humanity alive against these things, because, I don't know, they're gigantic titans that are eating us. So we're fighting back, and we're actually not beating them, but surviving. And then they beat the shit out of us by having super titans, or basically. So this is what the story is, survival, at its best. At its core, the movie's idea is survival. And this could be a really thrilling tale of survival if it was done well. So let's get to the positive. There's only one positive in this whole movie, and that's the final fight scene. I can't even really talk about it because it's the end of the movie, but note that the final battle is pretty awesome, and that's only because somebody of something becomes something to fight something that becomes really cool fight. And that's it. Literally, that is the only good part of this movie. It's very hard for me to sit through painful acting, and I don't even speak the language that this movie's presented, and I can tell this is painfully bad acting. The acting is the absolute worst aspect of this movie. It is so horrible, so overdramatic, so melodramatic, just so, oh god. Sorry. It really hurts to watch this movie. It hurts. It hurts. Another awful thing is the plot. It follows the manga and anime like nothing follows it. Like, the characters' names are the same, but they're nothing like the counterpart of the anime or manga. Why? The anime and manga are loved by millions for a reason. The characters actually have death, well, most of them, and these characters are just so two-dimensional. Most of them are fodder, and it's just, oh god. I don't have enough to say about how awful that acting is. It really brings down the rest, but the plot is also just really bad. Basically, the survival plot's there, but you don't care or you don't empathize with any of these characters because they're all two-dimensional pieces of shit. They're basically horror movie characters where you just want them to die. This movie would be suited better for horror fans because that's what you want to do. You want to watch them all die, and when they all do die, I'm so happy inside. And another big flaw is the CGI is pretty goddamn crappy. There's moments of great, awesome scenes, but then there's a lot of moments of ew. My reenactment of a 16-year-old girl. Ew! Terrible. It's like 2005 CGI. It's like Lord of the Rings Part 1 CGI. And not that Lord of the Rings has bad CGI, but the movie came out freaking almost 15 years ago. So, yeah, it's pretty awful. Awful. Slap, slap, go away. And the very last bad thing, and I gotta talk about this, is why was this movie split into two parts? Does anybody really want a part 2? Did anybody enjoy this movie? Because looking online and looking at a bunch of people, they're just bashing the shit out of this. So I can't imagine they want a part 2, but guess what? They filmed a part 2, they made money, we're gonna get a part 2, and that's unfortunate. This should have ended its misery at part 1. It ended my misery at part 1. I will not be reviewing part 2, or maybe I will just to shit on it. But part 1 of this was transition. Overall, this was a garbage. It was a garbage movie. It was a garbage. It's garbage. It's the worst movie I've seen in a long time. It is simply no redeeming qualities except for one fight scene at the end, and it's not even as cool as any of the anime awesome fight scenes, so really, there is no point in this movie. If you could save your money, please do so. Don't go out and buy this. Don't go out and watch this. Don't go out and even touch this. Don't think about it. Let it slip your mind like, oh, fuck you. There's very few movies that drain me, and this movie drained me, so big ol' fuck you to me. Well, big ol' fuck you to part 1 of Attack on Titans. Go watch the anime again. So much better. Go read the manga if you want to skip the filler. But do yourself a favor. Do not go anywhere near the live-action movie Attack on Titans because it's garbage. Part 1 gets a 1 out of 5. If I could give a 0, I probably would. I'm going to give it a 1 out of 5, though, because there was a cool fight scene. So 1 out of 5 or 0.5 out of 5. Do not watch this. Piece of shit. Everybody have a good day. If you liked, hit the like button. If you want to see more reviews, hit the subscribe. Got Martian coming out tomorrow morning. Everybody have a good day. Stay away from this piece of poo. Smell of poo. Poo poo. Poo poo. This review was probably more entertaining than that movie.